Okay, guys, we're back. That's what you get when you have when you're a homeowner. You get people trying to sell you house to house kind of things you don't really want. So anyway, hopefully we can splice this back together. So where we were, paint marker. We're marking all the 12 o'clock positions of the bolts. I do this for a number of reasons. One is so you can't lose your place. So let's say my socket breaks halfway in between or slips off or whatever. You know, once we start going, these gaskets are not reusable, so we want to know right where we were before we move anything. And secondly, when they are all turned 150 degrees, we can just glance in there and know that we didn't miss one. And you know, you can see they all look the same. Another thing I might suggest to you is, because I'm not going to lie, these torque to yield meters, I mean, supposedly I've heard they make new electronic ones that beep, but this style here is a pain in the butt. I mean, they work, they kind of work, you know, good enough, but it leaves a lot to be desired, I gotta be honest. Hang on 1 second, folks. There it is. I had a little clip the other day that seemed to really help me hold this thing still. There you go. Yeah, but what I wanted to tell you guys is that you know, let's say you don't have a fancy, well, these are like 20 bucks, I think, but let's just say you don't have one. Well, essentially that 150 degrees that they're asking for is bringing you from 12 o'clock around to 5 o'clock. So, you know, if you had only that to go by and you brought them all around about 5 o'clock, honestly, I think you'd be okay. Because these things are not the greatest anyway. So that's why I like the visual mark. All right, we are on number 1. We're going to crank this thing right around 150 degrees. All right, so far it's doing good. But you see what I'm saying? If it slips or pops off or something and you don't have that reference mark, then you have no idea where the heck you were, and you can't go back and loosen it again or any of those kind of things. Okay, there you go. 150. Okay. We'll drop down to number 2. I probably won't do them all and bore you guys to pieces here because I'm sure you get the idea. Yeah. You know, finding a nice place for these things to reside against is the real trick here. So there you go, that might be good. I have not tried one of the electric ones. I mean, electronic ones. Maybe, I don't know if you still got to do all this nonsense where you got to keep it still, or it knows where it's at just by, you know, somehow measuring its surroundings. I'm not sure. But man, I can tell you they're probably pretty awesome compared to this thing. All right, there you go. We'll take around to 0. Matter of fact, guys, I didn't tell you, but this thing did, one of the bolts on the other side, this thing did take a crap on me. The O-ring here that holds this little disc in place disintegrated because this thing's old. And it got all a little bit crazy, but luckily because of my reference marks, I knew where I was at. Oh, fan just shut off, might be a little quieter in here. Okay, there you go. 0 up again when I get a little stress on it. Okay, there you go. We're at 0, we're going to 150. All right. And you can feel it's pretty tight. 1. If you can see from up there. There you go, 150. Okay. Right before signing off here, I'll show you a little closer view of the little reference dots I was talking about down inside. Let's see if you can see it from here. Not really. Let me take you off of here without making you seasick. Okay. That's what I'm talking about right there, see? Starting them at 12 o'clock, ending them at 5 o'clock. Where's the other one? Yeah, ending at 5 o'clock. So, I mean, if you had no fancy tools, I think you could get that right, pretty much right on the money. I mean, you know, if you really wanted to, you could probably make a dot on the head down here and ahead of time at 5 o'clock to know where you're coming around to. Again, I'm not a fan of this one because I don't know why they picked 150 degrees. I mean, most of the time it's some kind of even number, like 90 degrees, which is a quarter turn, or 180 degrees, which is a half turn. So, you know, engineers, they just like to make things challenging for us regular folks. If you notice too, I have everything immediately protected because now we're, you know, things are getting serious. We're mounting the heads. If knowing my luck, one of my sons or somebody will come in the garage and work on something and a spring will pop up to the bench and come 10 feet over here and go right in the spark plug hole. I even got the, show you here, intake blocked off with that cool little foil tape. That pays to leave nothing to chance. So, okay guys, that's it for now. I'm gonna come back on film with the timing chains because I don't know. I've heard some comments from mechanics near my age saying the same thing, is that it just drives me crazy that this motor has no top dead center mark. Like as you can see here, it's not even, in fact, I made a mark, let's see. I made a mark, just a marker mark right there, back there on the oil pump, you see it? Because when I had the heads off, I could really, truly get top dead center. Just in case I want to know, you know? But I just can't believe that at least the, you know, the keyway's not like at 12 o'clock, or there's literally absolutely no rhyme to reason to this motor, and it drives me crazy. Even when you use their timing mark that they're talking about, which is here on the oil pump, and this is the Cloy's one, so it's really faint. Where is it? But it's right there. So that drops the piston down about a 1/4 inch. So my thinking is maybe they do that so you can't accidentally bend the valves, like maybe they're trying to foolproof it or something. But we're gonna see. I'm gonna film it for you guys, and we're gonna see exactly what the heck is going on and why it's so unusual. Okay guys, catch you on the next segment.